This is one of those trap games after an emotional game on Thursday to secure the regular season championship. You're always concerned about how your team's going to come out. I think we pushed the right buttons because the guys came out great. I thought controlled the whole 60 minutes, maybe as well as we have all year. Shot differential was quite extreme. I thought we put up 6. Their goalie still made a lot of good saves. So I was real happy. You know, again, another shutout is a good sign. Is that 2 shutouts our last 2 home games? So that's a good sign that we're playing better without the puck. And I thought other than our power play wasn't very effective, 5-on-5 we were very good. I know Maine was shorthanded, missing some defensemen, so it was tough for them tonight. But as complete a victory as we've had this year. Hey, Julie.
Did you get the sense yesterday that they kind of moved past the emotions of Thursday night?
Well, as you saw on video, we celebrated pretty hard, so we wanted to get it out of our system, and so we told the guys at 2:30 on Friday we turned the page, and we did a good job. The assistants did a real good job. We weren't great on Thursday night. We played well for a couple spurts. That was enough to win the game. So there was a lot of video to prove that we needed to play better tonight. And you know what? Maine, we haven't played well against Maine. I shouldn't say that. We haven't won a lot of games against Maine since I've been the head coach here. I think we've only beat them once. So I was concerned about this game. They beat us twice here last year, even though games with that we probably deserve to win both. Swayman can steal games, and early on he was making saves, and it was like, well, hopefully it's not one of those nights. But we didn't give up much. Philly had to make a couple big saves. He made a couple big saves, look easy, very aggressive on a couple of the big saves he had to make. But the guys were, I think they're locked into playoff mode now. I think they're not going to ease into any games. We're back to scoring the first goal of the game again pretty consistently after going through, I think we went through five out of 6 games where we got scored on first. So I think we're pretty locked in right now.
When did you kind of sense you were in control of tonight's game?
Early on, we got the puck in the offensive zone, playing in their zone and creating chances early, and we really didn't have to play in our zone a lot tonight. It was only 1-0, I think, after the first period, but I think the shots were fairly lopsided, 14-7. From the drop of the puck, I never really felt like the momentum was out of our hands tonight.
13 different players got a point for you guys tonight, so do you think that says about the balance of the team and how everyone's contributing at this point of the year?
13 different players, and I can't recall if Leonard, Chafee, or Pritchard had any points, and those are usually the guys that score all the points for us. So none of those guys had points, and I'm wrong. So I have on my glasses, and I can't see anything without my glasses. So I just know that our power play was junk, and those 3 guys are usually getting points in the power play. But it was great. I thought the line of Suter, Keats, and Delgaizo, they've started to build some chemistry, and they're starting to be very effective. It would have been great to see Keatsy score there right at the end of the game on senior night. But you get Oliver Chow with 3 points. Nico Hildenbrand did a good job tonight. So we had the 3rd and 4th lines I thought were really effective. So when that's happening, as I said many times, when our 3rd and 4th line are going, getting us points, we're a tough team.
You just like to see more shots on the power play?
We never got set up. Well, I shouldn't say that. The second unit got set up. Mario shoots it and we score. The other unit never got set up all night long. They didn't want to compete on the power play, and so they didn't get rewarded for it. It's that simple. I was frustrated with the power play. We had, I think, 2.5 power plays in the first period. Our first unit never even got set up. I don't think they even got close to set up. So that was the only part of the night that I was not happy with.
What did you guys do so well? The defensively to really not give me much offensive zone time those over the course of 60 minutes?
outside of face-offs, Maine's an extremely good face-off team. So they created some things off of face-off, one pucks back and pucks to the net. That's where they were the most effective tonight. And we're not a great face-off team. Not just our centers, but the rest of the team. When it's a 50-50 face-off, we're not great at winning those. I thought that's where they got. That's where I was nervous in the game when they were winning face-offs in the offensive zone.
You briefly talked about Winberg. It's just nice to see him, I guess, perform so well, and I think his first start almost won.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for Philly because he comes in here and he's got another goal. He wins his first 11 games or whatever it is, and then he goes to the World Juniors and they win the gold medal, which is great. But then he's gone for extended time, so now he's got to work his way back into our flow. And then he gets sick and he's out for 2 weeks, and he just, the kid just hasn't had things falling his way. And I think right now those two guys have almost identical save percentages. They're both .922 and .924, I think. So, and I've said this many times. I still in practice, the kid makes a save, and I think it's Murray and it's Philly, and I think it's Philly. So to me, they're almost identical. So it's so great for us to have two great goalies who flip a coin, either kid can play. But with Philly, great for him to get a shutout, but just great for him to get on the ice and play some games because, for our team, a lot of things have gone right this year. For Philly, a lot of things for his own cause have worked against him. But he's got a gold medal, so he's not complaining.
So Thursday night and kind of be locked in for tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Thursday night was a big deal. That was our goal to be regular season champs, but that's not the only goal. So once we accomplish that, we change our goal, and now it's to win a championship. And every game counts. And leading into playoffs, it's important that we play playoff style hockey. And to go into this game against a hard team that's fighting for a better spot and home ice advantage, it was important that we understood that every game counts and every shift counts. And so even when we took a big lead there, coach stressed on us to make hard plays and play playoff style hockey no matter what the score is. Play it like it's 1-0 in the third, and that's what we did, and we came out strong, and we got to keep going in order to have some success in the playoffs here.
Oh man, that was perfect.
Want him to top it off, or?
I think Mara said it perfectly. I think Thursday was a big deal, but after we completed our first goal, we want to move on to our next goal, and I think we did a good job staying in the moment tonight.
Oliver, 2 goals for you. Have you been working on your backhander recently?
No, I'm just happy to find the net, and not just once or twice, but it was a good team win.
Seems like you and Nico started to develop a good chemistry. How's that, dynamic working out at this point in the season?
Yeah, Nico's a really, really great player to play with. He plays hard, he plays smart, and he communicates really well on the ice, and that it's really helpful for me to have a winger like that.
All right, you mentioned the fact that you guys are hammered at the playoffs. Do you feel like you guys are in the playoff mode already?
Yeah, I mean, you never really know until you get there, of course. It's going to come quick. Last year it was definitely a battle. And I think that with the leadership that we have and the 12 freshmen that we had last year, now being sophomores, are kind of more prepared for that. And obviously there's always room for improvement. Coach in the room and throughout the whole week actually is stressed on giving it a little bit more. Being that 5% more from each guy or 1% more from each guy, it adds up to 20% more. And so that's what we need moving forward. It's going to get bigger and bigger. It's going to get more and more challenging. So in order to have success coming in the playoffs, we got to keep grinding and keep improving. We can't be complacent with where we're at, and that's our mindset. So as far as whether or not we're ready, or yeah, I think we're ready, but we got to keep improving. You're never ready enough, So we're gonna keep preparing.
What did you guys do out defensively tonight to really kind of not let Maine get many good opportunities to fill in?
Yeah, our style tonight, we stressed a lot about putting pucks up the walls. We know that Maine is a type of team that isolates the middle of the ice. They take care of the middle of the ice well. They play on a smaller barn, so they do a really good job of that. And coming into playoffs with the smaller rinks that we're going to be playing in, and I know we're going to have our home ice advantage, and to get through that series, and if we want to go any further, it's going to be at the Garden. And so we're going to have to know how to play on that small ice, and in order to do that, we got to get pucks up the walls. We can't be throwing pucks in the middle, and that's a huge part of our defensive game, because if we keep the puck moving forward, we have the puck on our stick more, and we don't have to defend as much. And I think that's what we did a real good job of tonight, and that's what we're going to keep doing moving forward.
All over 5 different goal scorers tonight, I think. 2 different guys with points. What do you think that says about just overall offensive depth this team has to offer?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just shows how strong we are as a team. We're not top heavy. It just shows like we have 4 solid forward lines. I have 3 solid D lines and 2 great goalies, and that's what it takes to win playoff hockey.